I have a quote here by Rod Spetter that says, your long-term happiness and fulfillment depends on your ability to fulfill your soul's unique purpose and to fill the place in the world that only you can fill, making the contribution that only you can make. And I say that because many of us, wherever our bosses, our employers, and whoever we are at the moment working with, they seldom do not have any plan that we really can count that this is the ultimate plan that I have for myself. The next 5 years in your organization, your boss will present to you, this is our plan for the year. We'll tell you this is what we are doing so next. But in that agenda, your own hopes, your dreams, your aspiration, and every of those things that you have ever wanted and you've always dreamed to have, it's not there. The only thing you can see is the fact that they have a plan and they have something they're working towards, and they just must make sure that you are being paid to execute that. And so when we're talking about taking control of your life, it is all about you not allowing anybody to dictate how the rest of your life is going to be spent, including your employer. That even in the moment when you don't even truly actually know what you want, you should be able to beam down and beam the light inside of you and look at what is that thing that actually trigger, that can signal to you that truly this is what you really want. And you begin to fan the flame of that part by investing truly in that part. The reason why this is important is because many people see changes differently. And when a change is coming, sometimes we feel threatened. We don't know what it's truly going to bring. We all have the fear in common, and it is common, it's normal. Every one of us, when we have not been in a path and we have not been used to a pattern, certain, and suddenly we are being dragged in that path, there is always that part of us that want to be afraid, you don't want to rock the boat, you just want to. But if there's anything that you want to know, is that if you change, the fear that is holding you will leave you. If you refuse to change, that same fears too will still remain with you. But instead of you premeditating and thinking, wow, this change, what is it going to feel like? Everybody around me, they're going to say my own is too much. What if this change is what is going to inspire you, the world around you, to help you to be that person you have been dreaming to be? And that is why you have to see change differently. You have to embrace the fact that everything that you are going to get on the other side of your comfort zone lies within you being able to see differently, whatever it is that you are being told that this is what it means. And one of the things that has stood out for me is the fact that when you don't take time to walk in the path, look at it, when you go to school, you spend 4 years, some people spend 8 years, depending on the number of professional course you went to, and there is not a single department, there is not a single subject that is teaching you on the way to how you can understand yourself, your purpose, or what truly it's the reason for your existence. Because that is one of the things that always happen, that eventually when you still finish from college and you go out there, apart from the loans, you now begin to see that actually not so many people are really in need of your job. And when you eventually get the job and you are sitting there working, and you are discovering that everything that you are doing is boring, it's no more interesting like what you thought. And to some people, that is the beginning of the decline. And when you talk about fulfillment, and you truly be passionate about what you are doing, you now begin to see why many people they lose out of their passion and the STEM they have at the job they do. And it's just that they just have to show up because they don't have any other thing to do to keep the body and soul together. So if there's anything I want you to pay attention to and look at, of believing in the mindset that there are certain things that must change in your life. And what are those questions you want to ask yourself? What are those questions that will guide you that in the remaining 5 months from now, or less than 5 months, what are the things that need to change in your life in the next 5 months? In the next 4 months, by the time we are going to be saying Happy New Year in January 2024, what are those 2 things you want to see change in your life? When you identify these things, they are like a pivotal to what January holds in store for you. And when you are able to locate it, these 2 things, for me, I know that my career and as a business coach, helping people to discover their purpose, help them to develop it by absorbing and embracing self-education to enlighten their path, to be able to see how they can add more to their skills, helping each and every one of those people to package those gifts and make it such a way, marketable, such that they can live their life daily, doing what they love and not actually seeing as a job. They are just, and their work becomes their passion, and they are doing it and they're enjoying it. And if you love that rhythm, that you're actually having fun, look at me talking now, sharing with you guys, and at the same time, I'm not feeling that I'm doing anything, but at the same time, I believe that part of what has made me become who I am is I love to share. I love to impact wisdom. I love to impact knowledge. I love to have people around me enlightened. So if there's any knowledge I possess, I look forward to passing it on. Look forward to seeing how I can use that information to better of myself and then people around me. And if that is with you, you need to begin to see why you have to pay attention. And when you understand what that fulfillment is, it will help you to know the reason why it is a must for you to achieve. And that is why you will be able to embrace the change, the steps that the change you need to make requires. And you know of a truth that there will be limiting beliefs that will constantly stare at your face and tell you, wait a minute, what do you think you are doing? Did you just wake up from the other side of the planet, from the moon? Why did you feel you are the one that is going to do it? What gives you the impetus? What gives you that boldness that you're going to have this? And you are able to have a strong reason why it is a must for you to achieve it, because you know the next phase of your life depends on it. Because you know that freedom you are seeking depends on you discovering yourself now and being able to make meaning out of your current situation and not just write yourself off. So I ask you, what are you going to do differently to take control of your life? What are you going to begin to do as a matter of urgency from now to actually show that you meant what you said regarding you wanting to change? Because you know there is a treasure out there, and you know you must, and of your truth, go for it because you know you're worth it. You know what that treasure is going to do for you. And you know by paying attention to begin to do things differently, you know it's going to unlock that secret to you. My goal is between now and the next 4 months, I want to have at least help 20 entrepreneurs, coaches or consultants, or busy workforce professionals package their expertise, their skills, their knowledge into books. I look forward to doing this. And apart from that, that is my number one thing that I want to make sure I fulfill before the end of this year. Now, number 2 is to introduce and make sure the community that I just started, I'm able to grow them to become a strong and formidable group of men and women who are young at heart and not going to allow age, numbers to steal them of what it is to fulfill their purpose. And let me tell you a little bit about community. Hi, permit me to introduce to you Yada. My name is Adiola Atekweje, and I happen to be the host and the convener of Yada Unstoppable Community. Yada Community is a movement that is geared towards helping people to change their thinking and their living. Because I believe we are all products of our thoughts, and our thoughts dictate our living, because it's going to guide the action we take. And what does this mean for you and out there listening to me? Yada, the Y in the acronym stands for Young at Heart Men and Women who are audacious, who are audacious and bold, and who are determined to become agents of change in their spheres of influence and wherever they have been placed. To use every gifting and every gift and every expertise and everything they have in themselves to bring about a change in their community. And we are not even talking about massive change. We're talking about a consistent, small, consistent action in the way they think, in the way they see themselves, and in the way they act, and in the way they live and show up. And I tell you, friends, every result that you are going to get in your life will be fathered by a decision. And so if you are going to take control of your life, what is that decision that you're going to take tonight as a matter of urgency today, this moment, before this call end? What is that? What is that decision? And that decision must be something that is doable. You don't want to give yourself a very high or lofty step or action that is going to overwhelm you and is going to take you back into inconsistency and inaction and a state of frustration. So I charge you, friends, that today is another day whereby you can redefine and focus and recommit yourself to becoming that you that you worth, that you that is not being slaved by your employer to do just anything they so wish and to become dumpable by so any freaking time they feel like you are no longer useful to them. That you come to that point in your life where you know what you want for yourself and you are willing to take the steps and the sacrifice that it takes to get in there. I hope you find value and one or two things in what I've shared this evening, because I believe that every one of us will possess what it takes to be our ultimate self and to drive the change and to meet up and live that life that our world, our life needs. And I want you find value. And I want to just say, so those of you, this is where I'll be stopping. But before I round up, I want to quickly share with you some of the amazing things that happened at the beginning of this week. Sunday, if you all know, was my 46th birthday. And I had a special session on Zoom. And it was live on my YouTube. And I encourage you to watch it. It was a special broadcast that talked about maximizing opportunities in life. That who are those that are going to win in the years to come? These are people that have eyes for the future and those that are willing to ready to upskill their games, to upskill their knowledge, to up their games by refreshing themselves, by going to acquire more value and worth in themselves and their lives. So I encourage you to please go ahead and check. And also, a very special, I have my second book, but this time around it was an ebook and it was titled Blueprints for Mastering Momentum. Because in time that you and I live in, a lot of people are seeking for the leaders. They are looking forward to those people that will help them create and put up that zeal to show forth and help them to live the life that they are being called to live. And a lot of people are not finding the right leader, the right model, the right mentor that can put that energy across and radiate it in front of them so that it can become contagious for them to hold on. And I encourage you that that book is a must get and must read. I'm going to be putting the link so that you can go check it up on Amazon. And the lastly is that I want you to please join our community. If you feel what I just shared resonates with you and you would like to be part of our Yada community, the movement of men and women that are desperate and desirous to bring a total shift into the way they've been living their life before now. I'll also be putting the link in the description so you can go ahead and feel free to become part of us. We want you and we welcome you to be part of us. Thank you for watching. I love you and I hope to see you soon. Please like, please comment, and please do share and follow. Until I see you next time, it's bye from now. Thank you.